Hey guys, so some of you may or may not know, I have recently opened my own Etsy shop. I'm going to be selling the paintings you see behind me that I've done on my channel and then some. The link is actually in my channel about section. I will also post the link here if you're interested in anything you see tonight on here or what I'm about to do. So many years ago I did have an Etsy store called Tortured Dolls where I would revamp, as I would put it, porcelain dolls into horror dolls, and I would give them a name and some sad story of how they died. Gonna do it a little differently this time, but I am going to go back into making my horror dolls. Little Susie here is going to get burnt up tonight. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, so I got little Susie here all prepped. Normally I take off all their clothes and everything, and because I don't want to get paint on them, depending on what I'm going to do with the outfit. This one I'm not totally sure yet what I'm going to do with the outfit. Normally I take off the hair, but that's as far as I could get it to go. That side does not want to come off, so we're going to work with that tonight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tragic house fire. We'll go with that, and we're just going to make like she's scorched on the side of her whole side of her body. We're gonna skip over the cloth area here because she's gonna get her dress back on. So what we're gonna need here is paint, which I use acrylic paint, brushes, some Elmer's glue here, and I'll explain that here in a minute. A glue gun so we can glue her hair back on so she's not hairless. Water, and what else? A blow dryer to speed up the drying process of the glue, which I will get into. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I kind of want to get rid of one of her eyes here, the eye on that side. So I'm just gonna, wow, this is gonna be a pain too. It's kind of morbid. If I can't get it out, I'm just gonna black over it, maybe put some hot glue over it and then paint it black, which I might end up doing so I don't, yeah, that's not budging. I have never had a doll this strong before. Normally I just rip the hair right off and pop eyes out and whatnot, but all right, little Susie's a fighter. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna start off, going to, I guess, that changes things a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and paint first. So I'm gonna put some red down to make it look like burnt skin underneath. So let me get my red here. Kind of hard to see. Not sure if I like that. I might go with a little darker. Ooh, already making a mess. Put a little bit in there like that, and we're just see if I like that brush. I have so many brush sizes. That might be, I swear they use Gorilla Glue on this doll's head. I guess I'll go with the smaller brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just start painting where I want the red, my burn. So I'm just make a little, haven't decided what I want to do with the hair yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just paint above here too. And it doesn't matter if I get in the eye because we're gonna get rid of the eye. So I'm gonna do this all around that side, and then we're gonna go down the arm and in the leg. So I'll be back once I get the red on. Sit tight. All right, so we got the red where we want it now. I took a blow dryer to it, trying to speed it up a little bit here. Because next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab our Elmer's glue here. I'm gonna put a little bit in my palette here. And grab a brush. I'm gonna go a little bit thicker on this because I want to kind of hurry up with it. So what you're gonna do with the Elmer's glue, you're gonna put it over the red. And I will tell you why here in a second. So I'm just gonna slop it all over the red. Kind of want to be quick about it because you don't want it to dry completely before we do our next step. Because what we're gonna do while it's still tacky, we're gonna put some flesh tone paint over it to give it, like, you know, obviously the unburnt skin over top of it. So while that's drying, the glue is going to dry and the paint, it's going to give a cracking effect to it. So it's going to, the red here is going to show through the skin. And then once that's all done, we can go in with black and make it all sooty and burnt and everything. So, all right, I'm going to do this in sections here so it doesn't dry too quick on me. Let's see, let's go with this one. See what happens. So I got my kind of fleshy color here. We're just gonna slather that on top. Like I said, it doesn't matter if we get it in that eye because we're going to hide that eye since we can't get rid of it. I'm just gonna go around like that, get behind the ear there. All right, I'm gonna set that down. And I'm gonna take the blow dryer to it so you can see the cracking effect, and then I'll do the rest. So I'm gonna set on low, kind of go over it. You can already start to see it pulling away a little bit there and cracking. See on the nose right there. And that's what we want. And if it doesn't crack enough, we can go in and add more red paint to it and everything. But I think it's starting to get that Freddy Krueger look going on very nicely here. Get a little closer to it. See, am I gonna hold it up a little bit so you can see where it's starting to crack a little bit. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue doing that, and then I'll be back and we can fill in the rest. Hang tight. All right, so we got the cracking effect done with the glue and everything. So now we're going to go in and blacken and bloody these burns. So I already poured my black in there. And I'm also going to go ahead and black out that eye. I got my glue gun warming up so I can fill that in. Let's see, it's right there. Figure out which one I want to use here. We'll start with this one. So I'm just going to go around the outside here and kind of trace along the edges. We're definitely going to put some more red in there. Kind of fill in the lips with the black. You can see where there's some tear marks in where we blow dried here. We're just gonna fill some of those in. Go ahead and get the eye here. It's gonna take a kind of go outside of the eye, make it a little bigger so it looks like it's an open socket. in there and cover up the white. Hollow it out. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of just speckle black, because, you know, burns, there's soot and whatnot, burnt skin. I'm just gonna kind of do this on the face, and then I'll do the rest off camera. I'm gonna add some red in there, maybe some darker red, and kind of just splotch it on there. Fill in those little holes. And try my little sponge and see what happens with that. Oh, slip there. That's all right. It can be fixed. Boom. All right. See what kind of effect I get with my sponge. I don't want to put too much on there. There we go. I like that. So we're just going to go all around. And if you get it on the other side, that's fine, because it's going to spread. Oh, I like that. So I'm just dabbing it in there and then dabbing a little bit off on my paper towel so it's not overbearing. That's much better. Got to play around with it. Make sure you get the back of the neck here. Got to get in without getting the black. All right. So I'm going to try that with the black. I don't want to get too much of the black on there. I don't want that overbearing either. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, buddy. I like it. I like it a lot. So you can see it's starting to look like some burn wounds. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that brighter red. And then around the eye and stuff, I'll take the paintbrush and fill that in. All right, so it's coming together nicely there. Thank you, little Susie, for being my victim tonight. So I think my glue gun is done heating up here. And if this is going to do what I hope it's going to do, we'll see. So I'm just gonna take it and fill in over the eye and then a little bit around it. All right. You're also going to need the glue gun too to glue the hair back on and whatnot. So I'm gonna kind of. It's all right if it gets down on it. It'll just add to the effect here. All right. So that looks pretty gnarly. I'll let that, should be dry enough. I'm gonna put a little bit more black over that. And then I'll throw some blood around it. She's definitely seen better days. Couldn't resist. My corny jokes. Right, so that looks pretty awesome, I think. She's missing an eye since I couldn't get the eye out. All right, so I'm going to continue doing this on the arm and the leg here, and I will be back shortly. Okay, to give it a little bit more of a gruesome effect, I put a little bit of hot glue over it and then painted over it. I haven't done it to the arm or the leg yet. I'm just going to do that on camera. So I'm just going to take my glue gun that's dripping. Hold on. I'm just going to kind of dab it in the spots We want to give a little bit more mention to, I guess you could say. Okay. Down. Hope I'm getting that on camera. Weird angles with these videos. Alright, some on the back there. Alright, so let that dry a little bit. Take some of the stringiness off there. Can leave that hanging, I guess. Melted skin. Alright, so I'm just gonna take my little brush here and kind of go over it with the black first. Melted skin. Burnt. Melted skin. I guess that kind of goes together. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Raise your hand if you're sure. All right. Don't mind me. And I glued her leg. Oh, that actually came up. That looks awesome. Kind of pulled the skin back a little bit. Let's fill that in. We'll roll with that. Didn't even mean to do that. It came out pretty awesome. Well, as Bob Ross said, there's only happy little accidents. I don't know what would be happy about any of this, but actually, I'm enjoying myself, so. And just kind of paint along that. I just got an idea for my next doll. All right, we're just about done here. Add a little bit of that darker shade of red. I don't want to do too much. Kind of go around it a little bit. So it's not too black. I don't want it too red either. All right. So there is your burns here on Little Miss Susie. All up in there. All right, I'm gonna get her dressed and we will be right back for the finished project. All right, Little Miss Susie is done. See, I'm contemplating actually burning her hair, but I'm not going there and starting a little house fire of my own. No, thank you. So I went ahead and just cut it and added black paint to it. So it gives that crispy fried hair look. All right, so there you go. You got her arm, her leg, looking all hot. All right, guys, so Little Miss Susie here will be up on my Etsy shop here shortly to purchase, and there will be more to come. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it's something different, and please check out my shop on at Etsy, Ginger Shop of Horrors, and the link is also in my About section on my channel, and I will also post it in the description. All right, guys, have a wonderful night.